Trump administration announces end of immigration protection program for Dreamers. The Trump administration is rescinding deferred action for childhood arrivals. The Obama-era program granted 2-year work permits to undocumented immigrants brought into the country as children. The president and his top advisors said they had no choice but to end DACA, framing it as an abuse of executive power by President Barack Obama that was unlikely to survive a legal challenge. They called on lawmakers to determine the ultimate fate of DACA recipients, known as Dreamers, and emphasized that no work permits would be revoked for at least 6 months to give Congress time to act. In a sign of the political sensitivities involved, Trump did not make public remarks, deferring to Attorney General Jeff Sessions to unveil the decision at the Justice Department. A wide array of politicians, civic leaders, and business executives spoke out against Trump's move, including the Mexican government, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, and the Catholic Charities of New York. Some Democrats, including New York Attorney General Eric T. Schneiderman, vowed to pursue legal action to protect the Dreamers. This is about whether we are a people who kick hopeful young strivers out of America, or whether we treat them the way we want our own kids to be treated. It's about who we are as a people and who we want to be. Calling the program an overreach, Attorney General Jeff Sessions said on Sept. Congressional leaders from both parties said the time was right to pursue a legislative solution to the Dreamers, but they did not lay out a clear path on an issue that has vexed lawmakers since President Ronald Reagan signed the last major comprehensive immigration bill in 1986. The DREAM Act, which would have offered a path to citizenship to Dreamers, failed narrowly in the Senate in 2010 after passing in the House. House Speaker Paul D. It is my hope that the House and Senate, with the President's leadership, will be able to find consensus on a permanent legislative solution that includes ensuring that those who have done nothing wrong can still contribute as a valued part of this great country, Ryan said. Trump had equivocated for months as pressure mounted among immigration hawks to fulfill a campaign promise to end DACA. Reflecting his personal ambivalence, he had vowed to show great heart in his decision and declared that Dreamers could rest easy. Others, including Chief of Staff John F. Kelly, the former DHS secretary, cautioned that terminating the program would cause chaos for young immigrants who enjoy broad popular support. The Obama administration had defended the creation of the 2012 program by citing the precedent of prosecutorial discretion in which law enforcement agencies with limited resources set priorities to fulfill their obligations. In his remarks, Sessions said Obama sought to achieve specifically what the legislative branch refused to do and added that the Department of Justice cannot defend this overreach. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton applauded Trump's decision, saying DACA went far beyond the executive branch's legitimate authority. Paxton said that as a result of Trump's decision, the states would lift their threat of legal action. Javier Palomares, president of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, resigned from Trump's Presidential Diversity Committee over the disgraceful action. Cruel. Not America. And in a sign that both sides could seek to use the Dreamers to rally their political bases, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, D. California. The fight over the Dreamers now shifts to Congress, where several new proposals have been put forward. Those include the Bridge Act, a bipartisan bill with 25 co-sponsors that would extend DACA protections for 3 years to give Congress time to enact permanent legislation. But the White House and conservative Republicans are likely to demand additional provisions to boost border security, such as funding for Trump's proposed border wall or new measures to restrict legal immigration. And David Perdue, RGA, to slash legal immigration levels by half over a decade. We will resolve the DACA issue with heart and compassion but through the lawful democratic process, Trump said, while at the same time ensuring that any immigration reform we adopt provides enduring benefits for the American citizens we were elected to serve. 5. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders repeatedly said Congress was elected to pass legislation reforming immigration. If they can't do it, then they need to get out of the way, she said. Photo, Bill O'Leary / The Washington Post, the president was reportedly torn over the decision, according to White House officials, split between his desire to appear tough on illegal immigration and his personal feelings toward the Dreamers, most of whom have lived in the United States most of their lives.